Hey Alex, I watched a couple of your videos and I don't know what your experience in locksmithing is. Maybe you read a book or something or what. Kind of impressed. Didn't seem like you knew a lot about it, but it looks like you are really good guessing at the stuff. I don't know what your experience is. So a couple things you got right. A couple things I'm going to show you how to actually do it. So what I have here is a similar lock to what you've got in the video. Not really sure the brand name is. The last company I worked for didn't care. We just destroyed the lock and told the bank it's not replaceable. This new company I worked, so I never really cared about the lock name or brand, anything like that. We just pulled the nose and destroyed the lock and picked it open if it was pickable, and if it wasn't pickable, we pulled the door. But this new company I work for operates much more locksmithing than the last company does, so we preserve the lock. Now this is a safety deposit box I opened today. I do not have the guard key with me. Of course, the bank always has the guard key. So I have taken a piece of metal can, just a thin strip of that, and put it inside the guard tumblers, so those are automatically picked for me. Remember, when you're opening the box, you'll be there at the bank and they'll have the guard key, so you won't have to need this. But since I don't have the guard key, I'm going to cheat for my guard tumblers. Now, one of the things in the video you did mention is that these old locks aren't really repairable, so they probably drill a hole in the door, which is right. These old locks are no longer available. So what we do is we drill a hole in the door. I'm going to sit you down, camera. As you can tell, I don't normally shoot footage, and I don't have any set up to do this. So you'll have to bear with me when I lay the camera down or whatever. So, because these locks are so old, you don't destroy the lock. You drill a hole in the door, because you can take a steel plug, plug the door, and reinstall the lock, and reinstall the door and lock after you cut new keys for it, and they're all good to go. Now, you see the big hole there. I didn't have a template for this lock, so like I said, I haven't done this very long. We always, at the old company, just destroyed the lock and it didn't matter. I didn't have a template for it, so I drilled the first hole, the big one. Drilled it 1/8 of an inch at first and decided I wasn't doing any good there, and I drilled it bigger to see what was going on. And I noticed I drilled it in the wrong place. So then I drilled the second hole, and it was right in the perfect spot. So let's see if I can pick this open first. Real quick for you. I'm going to use a probe to stick in the hole. Of course, I'm going to put it in the correct hole this time. Right there. I'm just going to let that sit there. And I forgot my pick, so I'm going to go grab that. I'll be right back. Here's a pick that comes in my Time Master picking kit. You can make one out of a key or whatever. But what you're going to do is put it in the lock and get on top of the first tumbler. Now I'm sitting directly on top of the first tumbler. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this because I need both hands. So, but maybe I can do it with one. You can turn the key back slowly, beginning position, until you fall in front of that first tumbler. Oh, there we go. And then you're going to turn it back again, picking that tumbler up. I need two hands. As you can see, I didn't really plan any of this. So, here we go. My key is on top of the first lever. I'm going to push slight pressure on my probe. And I'm going to push up the top lever until my probe falls into the groove. Then I'm going to go down, hit the next lever, hit the next lever, and my probe falls down in that groove. And I'm going to hit one right below it. Oh, there we go. Now that one's already picked because it's moving my probe so I'm already inside that one. And I'm already inside that one. Go down one more. Go down one more there. And I believe that is the last tumbler. So I can turn my key. My key turns 3/4 of the way. I can now pull my probe out, turn my key all the way around, and I don't know if I can pick it up with one hand, but the bolt is definitely retracted. Retracted, extended, retracted, extended. So, while it's retracted, I can stick my probe, as you can see, through the big hole, which I did at first by mistake. The fence is actually over here in the first hole. And drop that probe back in there. As I turned the key very slowly, as soon as the probe passes the fence lever, as soon as the fence lever gets out of the way, I can drop my probe right in the way, and all my fence levers are still picked. I can show you the bolt's completely retracted. Turn it till the fence lever hits my probe, pull the probe out. There you go.